I quit my job last year to start my own social media marketing agency, Curate Media. And guys, I've been running this business for over 9 months now. I am just so impressed by everything we've built, the growth we've experienced as an agency. So in today's video, I kind of just want to walk you guys through where my head was at, where the business was at in the different stages we went throughout this year, and just kind of talk about some of the plans we have for the last 3 months of the year. There's only so much I can really share in a vlog without boring you guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them below and I'll happily answer it in a future vlog. But cheers to 9 months, and I'm so proud of myself. It's 7 a.m. bright and early, well, as bright as it can be for Canada. It's that time of year, it's crazy. Anyways, that's not the point of this video. Hi, my name is Keiana. If you're new, these vlogs are behind the scenes of me building my marketing agency, Curate Media. And I don't know, I'm feeling really excited about it because, guys, we're just making moves. Like, even the other day, we had a really good opportunity come towards us, and I don't think we're gonna get it. I'm about to follow up with the person today, but it's even the fact that that person is being put in contact with my agency. We're on to something. And so yeah, anyways, in this video I kind of want to show you guys what's going on, give you the layout rundown of what's going on right now, but also kind of talk about, you know, the beginning of my journey. I feel like I've been in this very reflective state in regard to where I am now and where I was a couple months ago. One, because I keep getting questions about it, but two, because I'm now in that mindset of, okay, let's set some goals for the next step. Like, I feel like my main goal for this year was to like get something up and running. Now my goal is like, let's pick it up. Like, let's actually be able to give people proper jobs that pay more consistently, because one of my contractors, she definitely makes like a decent amount of money from us, but that's also because she's doing a lot of work for one specific client. I feel like what I want for the agency is that, like, you know, everybody's able to kind of take on clients and honestly grow into having their own jobs here. Like, how crazy would it be if like I had full-on employees? Because I feel like I always say I have people on my team, guys. These aren't full-time people. When I talk to my friends in real life, they're like, Keiana, like, you have a team, you have employees, like benefits guys, these people work like they're contractors. Like, I pay decent like hourly rates, like hourly rates, but like nobody's making the money they would make if they worked at a 9 to 5. And I want to give that to people, because something I'm also in the process of thinking about, which we can talk about, is you know, how do I actually keep my employees? How do I retain my employees? Because I really think they're all great at what they do, but how do I make them want to stay working here? And it becomes this whole thing of employee retention. So I'll put it on my to-do list for the vlog of what we can talk about, but let me actually write it down because I will forget. Yet another sticky note. If you know, you know. I have like a shit ton of sticky notes all over my desk, and they give me stress. Anyways, yeah, so my vlogs are behind the scenes of my life and my business and me balancing everything. I'm about to go to the gym. I was kind of contemplating, should I run? Should I go to the gym? I still don't know, but step 2 is to just put some clothes on and just see where I end up going. Just blast some music, and hopefully in the next 5 minutes of me getting ready, I'll figure out what the hell I want to do. I'll let you go first, because I have to even figure out. I wasn't working much on Monday, and I only started working last night, so I don't really know what's going on yet.
I barely want to. Oh yeah, she didn't because I really.
Okay, so I feel like I had a morning that was a bit inefficient, not that effective when it comes to work, just because I didn't make a to-do list, so I was kind of all over the place. And I get really easily distracted. Honestly, there's just a lot that constantly needs to get done. So sometimes one task, like a small thing in a task, will make me think of something else. Then I'll jump to another task and kind of just keep
working in circles, but we were able in the end to kind of get things done because I was realizing I was just clicking from tab to tab to tab. And honestly, one thing I do to kind of keep me focused in that way when you have a lot of priorities is closing the tabs that aren't necessary. Because I feel like, especially with the 2 screens, and then on my big screen, I have like 2 windows kind of open side by side. I'm just looking at a lot and absorbing a lot, so I don't have a plan. Anyways, I know better. I figured out my system, I put my things in place, and then I got what I needed done, but I could have gotten more work done. So that's what's kind of annoying, but also learning not to kind of beat yourself up for making mistakes. And I thought I'd use that as a time to kind of talk about, reflections on the last 9 months and maybe not so where we're going next, but just I'll talk about that later on in the video maybe. But yeah, I've been in business for like 9 months now, and it's just crazy. I started my business, is it 9 months? Yeah, about 9 months. I started my business I quit my job last December. And I would say January and February I was kind of slacking off. Not slacking off, but I hate that I always say I was slacking off. I wasn't slacking off. I was taking time to adjust with this new life. I had started a job at the coffee shop where I still work part-time. But I think back in January I was working there like 4 or 5 days a week. And then in January and February, I was just adjusting to the life of not being employed. In February, I was on vacation for basically the whole month. And then when I got back from vacation, end of February, going straight up to June, I was just in grind mode. Like I really just locked in and focused on my business. And that was probably one of the hardest times of my month, financially, mentally, socially, which if you know, I would say I'm a bit of a social butterfly, and I'm kind of stuttering or hesitating on calling myself that now because I don't really go out as much anymore. And that's just because a big lesson I learned in the past 9 months is that, if you are truly, you can't be dedicated to everything. If you're dedicated to something, other things really just have to fall. And I feel like growing up, I've always been well-rounded. So which would mean I had a good balance on how I manage everything. And I had to really come to terms with the fact that like, I can still have a social life, but it won't look like what it looked like before, which makes sense. I am doing so much, and my career is my priority. My family is my priority. Having deeper relationships with the people in my life is more important than just going to events where I'm surface level engaging with a lot of people. So going to parties, being very much out there all the time just isn't as much of a priority. Unfortunately, while I find that stuff fun, I just don't even have the capacity. Like I go to bed early. So when I'm at these events, I'm also tired, which makes me feel so old, but like it is what it is, Anyways, from March to June, you guys saw all of that. Been grinding, focusing on my business. July, August, September, even though I was in Portugal for most of August, like I would say throughout the summer, that's when I really I was locked in, but I was making a lot of progress. Like I feel like in March to June, we were very much focused on foundations, and I had a couple clients, but like nothing major. I still don't have any like big major client, but like, and let me finish my sentence. I still don't have any big major client, but then versus now, even just income wise, or revenue wise, it looks different, right? So yeah, in March to June, I spent a lot of time finding more processes and building more systems, because every time I would get a new client that would ask for something slightly different, it would kind of throw off my flow, which means that those are just things that I know needed to be tweaked and adjusted before moving on. So I even stopped chasing clients as much, because I think when you come into like when you're a business owner, or when you're especially coming into the agency kind of model, you're constantly being told like you need to get more and more and more clients, and that's where you think your measure of success is, like how much money you're making, how many people you work with, which probably does become true. But to start off, you can't start off with 100 clients, especially when you're going to operate in an agency structure as opposed to like a freelancer structure where you're doing everything. Because a big thing with the role I play in my company right now, I still get like, I have the imposter syndrome, or like it just feels weird. Anyways, a big thing that comes with the role I play now is managing people. And did I start my agency to be a manager, a project manager? No, but it is a role that I have to play in order to make moves. And I'm even now trying to find a way to tweak things so that I still get to do a lot of the creative work. I get to do a lot of the strategy. I would say for most of my clients, probably all the clients, honestly, I'm the one in charge of strategy. But even now I'm teaching someone to do that. I'm teaching someone to get really good at that. I'm teaching some people to get really good at content. I'm teaching people to get good at like TikTok strategy because, well, I'm not even teaching her. She's good on that because I don't want to. And like, that's the thing too. It's like when you build things, I think it's important for us to keep track of why did we start the thing that we set out to start. I didn't start my company to be stuck on my desk 9 to 5. I wanted freedom and I wanted to be able to work on things I actually like doing. Yes, I get to work on things I like doing, but that whole thing of me still being stuck at my desk, I'm saying 9 to 5 is actually 12 hours plus a day. Like that just kind of had to stop. So that's why I'm teaching people to get as good or to get really good in a way that I'm comfortable leaving them in charge of things, right? So that's what's been going on. And like I said, July to September, we've just been we're prepared. Like if I had a big client to come in, we're more than prepared to, just kind of take charge and go with it. Like I feel like everybody on the team would be able to deliver on where I want them to deliver on, which is really nice. So the business is going well. And as I mentioned earlier, right now, I'm just kind of focusing on what are the goals that I want us to achieve over the next maybe 3 months, 6 months, year. I think with marketing agencies, there's so many things or areas in which you can niche and specialize. Do I want to go into ads? Do I want to go into a more copywriting thing, especially with like the rise of newsletters and LinkedIn being such a popular platform right now, which for me is a no. Like I love the fact that like copywriting and LinkedIn and newsletters, like people are liking that kind of stuff. Let me not use terms incorrectly. I don't think I should be saying copywriting, but like you get what I'm trying to say. Like that storytelling through text. So newsletters, LinkedIn posts, articles, blog posts. Like I think a lot of those are coming back. I enjoy consuming it. I even want to like work on my own LinkedIn for the company, but I don't necessarily think that's a service I want to provide because I love video. At the core, I love storytelling through video and I love strategy. So through video, like video strategy. So yeah, but never say never. Anyways, yeah, July to September, we were just focused on getting better. Yeah, that's a good way to phrase it. We were just focusing on getting better since we had systems in place. How can we improve? How can we be better at what we do and how we operate? From October, November, December, I'm going to be focusing on getting my contractors even better at what they do and also giving them more hours if they want more hours because we have capacity now. I have the capacity to invest in them properly. We have the income to pay them if they are doing more work because I kind of had everybody limited in how many hours they would do for the month just to kind of make sure, of course, I can always afford to pay them. But for the company to grow, one big thing is obviously we need to consistently market ourselves, right? And a lot of times if things are picking up in other areas, like that would suffer. And now focusing on our content and being consistently out there is a priority, which means that's money I will need to pay out of pocket. Because if you think about it, when they're working on a client project, of course, I'll always have money to pay them because I have income coming from the client. When I have people working on stuff for Curate's marketing, that comes out of my bank account. Of course, when you price things, for clients, you'll leave room so that your business can also, like you can also work on stuff for your business and pay for that. But then you lose on the money that I don't pay myself, just like little things like that. Anyways, yeah, my focus for Q4 is to invest in my contractors so they can get better, but also to acquire new clients. I want a big ticket client. We're at that point where we're prepared for that. We're ready for that. And we can do it. We just need the opportunity. So just even focusing on how we market ourselves, how we position ourselves to attract those types of companies, right? The work that we're doing, how we're presenting it, or portfolio. Like I think it's definitely time for us to update our portfolio. So maybe that's something I need to actually work on for the month. Not my to-do list getting longer, But yeah, that's just a little touch point on where we're at and where my focus is on right now. So if y'all know a big ticket company that wants to just come into the hands of Curate Media, let's take care of you. Send them over here. Yeah. But overall, I'm happy. I feel like I look at my business and I'm proud because this is 9 months of me just working my ass off, and I'm proud of what I've built, you know? Anyways, it's 12:30. I am starving. I need to eat something. I don't have anything that's already made. I'm gonna have to cook. And I went and bought groceries this morning, but now I'm just like, damn, I really would want to just go buy something to eat and not cook, but that wouldn't be responsible of me, would it? Hello. Do you not sleep? I woke up in the middle of the night at like 3-something a.m. Saw emails being sent out by you. Woke up at like whatever early in the morning I've been up, and then I see you sending emails at like 7 your time. That's real. That's fair. You can sleep on vacation.
What are you doing? I'm vlogging.